Learn the 5 steps to an email that sells. Think about it. How often are you writing an email? Find out what you're doing wrong and how to fix it on this episode of ASTV. All right, y'all, I think I sound like a game show host sometimes. Come on down. We're going to fix your emails right up with Kendrick Shope's Authentic Selling 5 Steps. And maybe in another life I was a game show host, and that's why I talk like that sometimes. But today, I'm not going to talk like that the rest of the time. So this is a really easy lesson from Authentic Selling. And basically, we write so many emails, and we get stuck when we're writing sales emails, when we're writing emails for our blogs, like to go with them, like we get stuck. And so let's just strip it all down, and let me give you the 5 steps. And write them down. Write them down. The next time you got to write a sales email, or the next time you're writing a follow-up email, think about these steps. Most important part of any email is the subject, right? Because if the subject doesn't entice someone to open, email likely is going to go into trash in file 13. Why do we call that file 13? Does anybody know? So we got to entice people to want to read the email. So checking in may or may not be the best email subject. So step number 1 to writing an email that sells, that gets read, is have an interesting headline, have an interesting subject. We give you the 5 most frequently opened subject lines inside of ASU. Just FYI, you can get on the wait list. So step number 1 is your email subject. Step number 2 is the first line of the email. The very first line. The first line of most emails sucks beyond the telling of it. People are going to open it and say, do I want to read? So if that first line is not enticing and compelling and making people want to read the next line and read the next line and read the next line, file 13. The third most important part of your email is your call to action. You don't want to have multiple calls to action in your product, in your email. So go check out this blog. Click here to buy my stuff. Like once we've got a link, they're gone. They're going to click it and they're gone. So make sure you got one call to action. The fourth most important part of your email is the body. Now, you may have a lot to say, you may have a little to say, but the spacing matters, because where do we read most of our emails? On our phones, right? And so an email that looks long on a Google Doc is going to look like a 9,000 page novel on a phone. Spacing matters. So we teach you how to do this inside of ASU, but think about, are there places you can bullet? What would this look like double spaced? Yes, it's going to make it longer, but it is going to make it easier to skim. Skimmable copy is sellable copy. As a matter of fact, that has been tested. It's been tested whether tight paragraphs, single line paragraphs, double spaced paragraphs, or skimmable, meaning 3 sentences, then some bullets. 3 sentences, then something else. Which converts the best? Skimmable. So make the body skimmable. And the 5th most important part of your email is go back and check for the letter I. Not this kind of I, but this kind of I. So, not the I that you would draw a cat eye sharp enough to kill a man on. Nope. This, because usually we talk way too much about ourselves. So, go back and check. Can I change this to you? And here's what I look for. If every paragraph starts with I, I'm like, why do I care? Love ya, but why do I care? So if it's I, and it will be so often, Ask yourself how you can change that and still make a compelling point. So the 5 steps to writing an email that gets read, that sells, whatever you want to call it. Step number 1, your subject. Got to make it convert. Got to make people want to open. You're infusing selling into that subject. Step number 2, the opening sentence. The opening sentence. Sell me on wanting to read the rest of your email. Number 3, your call to action. Cannot have the call to action be multiple places to different things because you're going to lose them. Studies show that one call to action is all you need. Number 4 is the body. Not this kind of body, but what's in your email, what you got to say after the opening sentence. Make it skimmable. 2 to 3 lines, double space, then bullets. Double space, then 2 to 3 sentences. Make it skimmable. Remember, people are reading it right here. And the final thing is step number 5, go back and check for I. Not this kind of I, but this kind of I. And if you've got I, likely people are going to be like, love ya, don't have time, we'll come back to it, and they never do because we're busy. So write those 5 steps down and start using them to write your emails. And as sure as my hair is red, I bet you get more conversions. And I bet you get more opens. I believe in you and I believe in your business. Bye, y'all.